With the victories it achieved in the 1948 and 1956 wars, Israel had proven its strength in the region. But there was a group that was not pleased with this situation: the Arab states led by Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. For them, the account was not yet settled. Another war seemed inevitable. On May 13, 1967, the Soviet Union gave Egypt false information, claiming that Israel has massed 11 to 13 brigades on the border in preparation for an attack on Syria. In response, Egypt began deploying troops to the Sinai Peninsula and on May 16th expelled the UN peacekeeping forces from the area. When Israel refused the deployment of UN forces on its own side, tensions in the region escalated rapidly. Soon almost the entire region was on alert. Egypt mobilized its army, as did Israel, Jordan, and Sudan. Iraq sent troops to Jordan. Even Saudi Arabia announced that it might join the war. But the move that truly ignited everything came when Egypt closed the Straits of Tiran to Israeli ships on May 22nd to 23rd. At that point, war was only a matter of time. On June 1st, Israel formed a national unity government. On June 4th, it decided to go to war. The Arab armies had numerical superiority: 240,000 soldiers against 100,000, 2,500 tanks against 800, and nearly 1,000 aircraft against 300. But Israel had a plan B: Operation Focus. The goal was simple: to destroy the Egyptian Air Force before it could even take off. Israeli media misled everyone with reports like, "The soldiers are on vacation." Pilots flew as if on routine training missions. In reality, the countdown had begun. On the morning of June 5th at 7:45 a.m., Israeli aircraft took off. They struck 14 Egyptian air bases. Most Egyptian planes, caught completely unprepared, never even left the runway. In just 3 hours, 338 Egyptian aircraft were destroyed. Israel lost only 19 planes in the operation. From that moment on, the skies were completely under Israeli control. Sinai Front. The Egyptian army was strong in Sinai, 100,000 soldiers and about 900 tanks. Israel attacked with 70,000 troops. But the plan was clever. They would advance from the north and center, areas previously thought too risky to attack. Under General Israel Tal, Israeli units went into action on the morning of June 5th. Their first targets were the Rafah and Khan Yunis line. At first, the Egyptians thought it was just a diversion, but they soon realized how serious it was. Israeli forces advanced rapidly. Within hours, they reached Khan Yunis, and by the next day, they had taken El Arish. Fierce fighting broke out in the city. Machine gun fire rang out from balconies. With reinforcements, the city was completely captured. In the south, Ariel Sharon's units attacked the Abu Aguila region. Paratroopers landed behind enemy lines, artillery joined in, and Egyptian defenses collapsed. Close-range tank battles followed, but victory again belonged to Israel. When Egyptian Field Marshal Abdel Hakim Amer panicked and ordered, "Everyone retreat!" chaos erupted. Thousands of Egyptian soldiers were killed during the disorderly withdrawal. On June 7th, Sharm el-Sheikh fell, and on June 8th, Ras Sudar. The entire Sinai Peninsula was under Israeli control. Jerusalem and Jordan front. Israel did not initially want to fight Jordan, but Egyptian propaganda claiming, "We are victorious," convinced King Hussein to join the war. Jordan entered the conflict. Jordanian and Iraqi planes bombed West Jerusalem, causing heavy casualties. Israel retaliated, quickly neutralizing the Jordanian Air Force. At that time, East Jerusalem was under Jordanian control. Jordanian soldiers opened fire from the UN headquarters building, known as Government House, but Israel's 161st Battalion captured it. On June 6th, Israeli forces surrounded East Jerusalem. One of the bloodiest battles took place on Ammunition Hill. Israel took the area in just 4 hours, but nearly all its officers were lost. On the morning of June 7th, Defense Minister Moshe Dayan ordered only paratroopers to enter the Old City, instructing them to avoid damage to the holy sites. After a brief skirmish, Jerusalem came fully under Israeli control. That same day, Bethlehem, Hebron, and Nablus also fell. The Jordanian army retreated. Golan Front. Syria, encouraged by Egypt's claims of having the upper hand, launched attacks, but the result was disastrous. Israeli Air Force counterattacks repelled them, and then bombed Syrian air bases. 2/3 of Syria's aircraft were destroyed. Still, Syria continued shelling Israel from the Golan Heights. For Israel, that threat had to end. On June 9th, Moshe Dayan, without government approval, ordered an assault on the Golan. Israeli troops advanced through difficult terrain, enduring heavy bloodshed, but with air support, they captured the fortresses of Zora, Kala, and Ein Fit. By the evening of June 9th, the plateau was taken. A ceasefire was declared on June 11th. Aftermath. The war lasted only 6 days, but its outcome literally changed history. Israel captured the Sinai Peninsula, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. About 1 million Arabs came under Israeli control. Total casualties: 983 Israelis, 15,000 Egyptians, 700 Jordanians, 2,500 Syrians. Behind this victory were careful planning, effective intelligence, and a fast-moving army. But this war was not the last. Just 6 years later, in 1973, the sound of weapons would echo across the region once again.